Hey everybody, so I wanted to take a moment and talk to you about challenge groups and what exactly they are and how we host them. So a challenge group, and maybe you guys are already in one, is just a amazing group of on Facebook, and it's an amazing group of men and women that are there to support and motivate one another. If you haven't been in one, I always urge my new coaches to go ahead and join whatever my latest challenge group is so that they can see the dynamics and the culture as well as just the vibe. So they can see what they want, how they want to replicate that in their own way. I have a strong love for challenge groups because if it wasn't for the very first one that I went through, I would not really have been a coach. I was sort of used to doing everything on my own and sort of that struggle on my own. And it wasn't until I participated in the first challenge group and realized, there are so many other people that feel the same way I do, or they're doing the same thing I am, or they're doing the same workout, the same time. Let's do it all together. Or, we can actually share recipes. I don't have to think I'm doing it on my own and trying to find something. And so that's the beauty of it, is that I've met people that from all over the country and even the world that I would not be able to if I was just here in Arizona. So as a new coach as well, you will get all this training as far as just how to get started right, how to just get set up little by little, the steps to take. It's not like you're just gonna, here you go, just figure it out yourself. No, we'll definitely have the proper training, and then once you get more comfortable, then you can start fledging out on your own. So what I like to do for all my coaches is join my challenge groups. They can do that a few times, and after that, they usually have a good feel of what it's supposed to be like and how to run them. It's quite simple to create them on Facebook, and I always have trainings on that as well if you're not tech savvy. But it's very simple. Once you've learned it, then you can just tackle it and anyone can get it done. You just check in daily, and you really want to create that culture where everyone's there to support one another. What I love about it as well is it's just an opportunity to not necessarily, market yourself, but you can actually be a part and have like a second family. There were a lot of people that I had on my Facebook page when I first started, but I would say the majority of them were from my husband because he owns, we own a martial arts gym. So they're all fighters. They're already people who are physically fit. I thought, well, it's going to be really hard, for people to want to do what I'm doing because they're already going to a gym and training. And so I don't want to compete with my husband who's already been in business for so many years. But I learned that there is something out there for everybody. And I immediately created a fit page. And I was probably stuck at maybe 100 for a long time, and now I'm a little over 2,000, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm never going to be content, but I don't really try to focus on that number. I really want to focus on ultimately just helping people. So the challenge group is where you will try to motivate everyone and keep them engaged. That's the key, is working on making sure that they post every day. It takes a little bit of time, and a lot of people are afraid to post every day. But I always remind them that it's a closed group. Nobody can see what you're posting on Facebook unless you're part of that group. I do host a new challenge group every month, and I like to, have a theme for it, so it's not just, Kirsten Davis's next challenge group, So right now we're in Drop a Turkey because we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. Next month we're going to be hitting it hard for the holidays right before the new year. And I'm sure when January comes around, I'll have something like, unveil a new you or something, So there's always a new challenge group, something to get in excited for. I like to also have prizes, just like extra incentive, like as a bonus. Just to get people a little bit more engaged and that drive. Sometimes you need to have that little extra, like losing the weight is not necessarily always a motivator, because sometimes we fixate too much on that and we look at the scale, and every day can fluctuate, can change. So having that end result, of like gift card or flat iron or headphones or whatever it is, that sometimes a much easier way to just have an actual item that you're working towards. As far as getting your challengers, that's also just sharing everything that you're doing. You don't have to sell. You're literally just sharing everything. And sometimes when you're just starting out, you are just going to be like, hey, I'm super excited. I'm starting this new thing, 21 Day Fix or whatever. It'd be awesome to have some extra support. If you want to join in with me, we'll do it for 30 days. Who's ready to go along with me? Something like that. It has nothing to do with sales. We didn't talk about price. We didn't say you had to do the workout. Didn't talk about Shakeology. None of that. So sometimes you just do that with your excitement. People want to find a place where they can come to, where they, have support. People need other people. They're just afraid and they don't know what's available. So that's where the challenge group comes into play. And it's so necessary to let people know they're not alone. There's others just like them out there struggling and having the same issues. Maybe they don't have the support at home, but they can get it with our challenge groups.